Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sam Wallace and I'm a civil celebrant. I'll be overseeing the ceremony today. Welcome to everyone, and on behalf of Calvin and Susie, thank you to each and every one of you for being here on this most happy of days. We are gathered here today on this most memorable occasion to celebrate the birth and naming of Riley Jacob Sterling Brown. It has not been an easy process for Calvin and Susie, and they would like to thank you for all your support they have received. Family and friends of Riley Jacob Sterling Brown, you have also been invited here today to welcome you into your family, into the circle of relatives and friends, and into your village. The responsibility of a child's life, upbringing and happiness is not only the concern of the parents, but also of the gathering and the community. So, just as we celebrate the birth of Riley, we are also here to be asked to share the responsibility of raising Riley as a community. The more people in his world, the richer his world will be. Calvin and Susie would like to thank their parents, Roger, Anna, Paul and Michelle, for being here today and for all their support and empathy throughout the difficult period which has led to the birth of Riley. They would also like to welcome Riley's uncles, Sam and Tom, and his auntie Melanie, and for their commitment to their family here today. They would also like to welcome Riley's cousins, who we hope you'll accept him into your family just as you've accepted each other. I would now like to invite Sam forward to read a poem. If by Roger Kipling.
If by Roger Kipling.
Thank you, Sam, for that poem. I would now like to invite Calvin and Susie forward to explain the story behind the name Riley Jacob Sterling Brown.
Thanks for coming along again today, guys. And just remember again, drinks back at ours at Brown Street. The street named after the family, actually, back in 1842. His full name is Riley Jacob Sterling Brown. There hasn't been too much behind his first name, Riley. We chose Riley as we both really liked the name. It was the one name we both agreed upon, we both really liked. His second name, Jacob Sterling, comes from his great-grandfather, who has the same red hair and blue eyes, obviously, as Riley himself. It was the first thing we both noticed about him when he was born, the uncanny resemblance to his great-grandfather, Jacob Sterling.
Thank you, Calvin and Susie. I would now like to invite the chosen guardians, Sam, Tom and Melanie, forward. The role of a guardian is extremely important in a child's life. You must provide love, support, guidance, patience and understanding. You will also take responsibility for Riley in case Calvin or Susie can no longer care for him. I now invite Sam forward to make his commitment.
Commitment.
Good. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
I'd now like to invite Melanie forward to make her commitment.
Commitment.
Thank you, Melanie. And I'd finally like to invite Tom forward to make his commitment.
Commitment.
Thanks.
Sam.
Sam.
I would now like to invite Calvin and Susie forward. The role of a parent in today's society is as important as it's ever been. You have the role of raising a member of your family, of the community and of society. Riley will listen, learn and follow you in every way. So it's important that you educate him and prepare him for life, as well as listen to him and learn from him. I now invite Calvin forward to make his promise to Riley.
My promise to Riley.
Thank you. I'd now like to invite Susie forward to make her promise to Riley.
Promise to Riley.
Finally, I'd like to move on to a special ceremony. A tree ceremony is a wonderful way to symbolise the growth of a family. The tree symbolises the family growing from a seedling to a tree. The roots of the tree refer to the roots of Riley's life, his family, the place where he was born, the values that his parents want him to share. The fruit, the apples that the tree will be carrying forward refer to the talents of Riley and everything that might be sharing and giving throughout his life to others. Care, a nourishing environment, It requires care for a tree to grow and give fruit. A tree needs good soil, water, and sunshine to flourish. This symbolises the care of the parents for the child. When children can grow up in a healthy, positive, and nourishing environment, they will grow, develop their talents, and become happy people. Heavy weather. Dealing with sadness. For a tree to grow, it sometimes involves pain and grief. Dark clouds and heavy rain may challenge a tree. It might lose some of its branches. This symbolises the pain and disappointments that we all face in our lives. In order to grow, children will face sad moments and will need to find a way to deal with them. When parents and children together take care of the tree, it will flourish and feed in its environment. Together, a family will be able to cope with difficult times and share happy moments. The tree will then become a beautiful, strong house, providing nourishment and shelter, a source of giving and sharing. Planting a tree is a gift of life. If you want to plant it in your own garden, it will remind you of the precious gift of life every day and the joy and grief that requires it to grow and flourish as individuals and as a family. I now invite you forward to help plant the tree and shovel in some soil to help the tree grow. I'd finally like to invite Calvin and Susie forward to sign the naming certificates. I would again like to thank everyone involved today for your support of Calvin and Susie, and of course Riley, Jacob, Sterling, Brown. After the presentation of Riley, the family would love for you to hang out around for photos. I would like to congratulate Calvin and Susie on the birth of Riley, and congratulate Sam, Tom and Melanie for their commitment to Riley as his guardian. Your willingness to share your care, support and welfare for Riley will hold him in good stead. Now, I would like to present to you Riley, Jacob, Sterling, Brown. Congratulations.